A wealthy man had everything: gold, jewels, and a grand palace, but he was never happy. One day, he met a cheerful boy playing with an old jar. Curious, the man asked, "Why are you so happy with so little?" The boy grinned. "This jar holds my treasures." The man peered inside and frowned. "It's empty." The boy laughed. "It holds my dreams. Each day, I imagine what could fill it: kindness, adventure, love. That's what makes me happy." The man stared at his riches that brought no joy. That night, he started his own jar, filling it with small acts of kindness, smiles, and memories. For the first time, his heart felt full. True happiness, he learned, comes not from what you own, but from what you give and imagine. Martha was known for her generous gifts, lavish parties, expensive gadgets, but her elderly mother, Evelyn, always seemed indifferent. One day, frustrated, Martha asked, "Why don't my gifts make you happy?" Evelyn smiled gently. "You've given me many things, but I miss what I truly need: your time." That weekend, Martha canceled her plans and spent the entire day with her mother. They cooked, laughed, and reminisced. Evelyn's eyes sparkled with joy. Martha finally understood that no present could replace presence. The greatest act of care is giving your time to those who need it. Once upon a time, a proud prince ruled over a vast kingdom. One day, he saw an old peasant planting apple seeds along the road. The prince laughed. "Why plant trees you'll never see grow?" The peasant smiled. "I enjoy the shade of trees others planted before me. I do this for the ones who will come after." The prince scoffed and rode away. Years later, the prince lost his way during a storm. Weary, he rested under a giant apple tree, its branches heavy with fruit. He realized it was one of the trees the peasant had planted. Humbled, he whispered, "The greatest deeds aren't for ourselves, but for those who follow."
A poor woodcutter named Thomas lived in a small cottage by the forest. One day, while chopping down a tree, his axe slipped and fell into the river. Distraught, he sat by the bank, knowing he could not afford a new axe. Suddenly, a spirit appeared, holding a golden axe and offering it to Thomas. But Thomas refused, saying it wasn't his. The spirit then offered a silver axe, and Thomas again declined. Finally, the spirit brought forth his rusty iron axe, and Thomas gladly accepted. Impressed by his honesty, the spirit rewarded him with all three axes. This shows us honesty is always rewarded, even in difficult situations.
There was a man named Aidan who believed that happiness could only be found in wealth. He worked tirelessly, sacrificing time with his family and friends. As years passed, he became rich, but still felt empty. One day, a traveler came to the village and told Aidan of a magical flower that could grant eternal happiness. Filled with hope, Aidan set off to find it. After a long and difficult journey, he found the flower. Excited, he picked it up, but as soon as he touched it, the flower withered and died. Confused, Aidan returned home. Reflecting on his journey, he realized something important. In his search for happiness, he had overlooked the simple joys of life, the love of his family, the laughter of his friends, the beauty of everyday moments. Aidan understood now, true happiness had always been within his reach. It isn't found in wealth or distant treasures, but in appreciating life's simple moments.